Never met him. I think it's the first time I ever put eyes on him. But you guys know me, I've had a lot of your kids, or maybe not even had it, but knew him as a friend. Once they've been through a year with me, I said they become a Hogan's hero, and they are, they become my heroes. I went back and counted, and it was, well, first off, I didn't know I was gonna be doing this. I had no idea. But I guess I want to make it. My wife, she told me, she said, the one good thing about it is, and she said, thank these people because I have another battle going on. And she said, this is 3 days that you forgot about what you were fighting for. And you got another fight. And she said, so, she said, I appreciate that part of it. But anyway, I counted out, the last 2 years, I was able to bond with my baby. I have 3 children. And my auntie moved over to Anaconda 2 years ago. I'm very proud of her. She's an engineer here in the city, for the copper environmentalist. And kind of call it selfish. I was able to coach with her this last year, and then this year as well. And it's kind of becomes very special. But I found that she has this bond with kids, and she does very well with them. And I'm very proud of her. And I know after this week she had a bad taste in her mouth. But I'm not sure, but I think I've had 80, I've coached, I think this is 82 or 83 seasons. There's some years that I've coached even 3 seasons of whether it's football or basketball or even track. And I've always been proud of it. And I got out of coaching when Andy was, I think it was 2012, when I wanted to follow her career in high school. And was out of it 1 year, and I missed it. The next year, it started getting a little bit better. And lo and behold, it was the junior high athletic director, Tommy Gates, over the track meet. He ran it over at East Middle School, and looking at the pictures, and the kids were all kind of joking around, and one of them said something to Tommy, one of the coaches, and they said, no, Jerry's no longer coaching. He said he gave it up, and he's chasing his granddaughter, or daughter and then grandkids. And Tommy called me that night, and he asked me, he says, you're not coaching over at East anymore. I said, no. And he says, well, what about coming back to Anaconda? And I was teaching at Anaconda at the time. And I said, no, I think it's passed me by. And he said, no. He says, you've done great things. He says, we want to keep it going. And I was so happy that I feel he talked me into it, because I just had 5 years of coaching boys basketball, and knowing me, I retired 2 years ago, and I don't know if I was ready to retire, but I felt it was time. And lo and behold, though, these kids I coached this year, they were 4th graders at the time. And I had most of them in class. It was kind of funny, but talking with them, and a couple of them put a bug in my ear after I retired, that they're going to keep doing this, aren't you? And my wife, I didn't talk to her about it, but when she found out that I kind of committed to it, she was ready to kill me. And Alan Green at the time became the athletic director, came back to town, and him and I talked about it. And I was supposed to be an 8th grade coach, and he came right down and talked to me and said there was some miscommunications. Would you mind doing 6th grade? And I said, no, I don't care. Coaching kids are kids. And I went 6th grade, and I had those kids for 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm sorry.
No.
And lo and behold, then I decided after I retired, I had these kids, and most of them as 4th graders. I took them in in 7th grade, 8th grade, and we step it up. And the one thing I'll never apologize, I'm a very intense person. I teach that way. I'm not afraid to give a kid a kick in the butt, but I'm not afraid to give a kid a hug either. And I really do believe that. And kids know I'm not there for me, it's for them. And it really is. And I'm passionate for what I do. And I'll never apologize for my compassion for kids. I'll never apologize to be compassionate for kids. Like I said, my calling was teaching, and I don't care if I'm in the gym, I don't care if I was in the classroom. I miss it. I do miss it. And the coaching gave me 6-7 weeks of that. Thursday, went to Deer Lodge, got a couple of text messages. I felt like Friday anyway, I felt like I got kicked in the teeth. And I was at first I was embarrassed. I was thinking, and I talked to a brother. I had 2 brothers at the ball game that night, And if you know me, you know my brothers are a lot like I am. But one of them, he thinks I walk on water, and he's a Butte Central graduate. He thinks I walk on water, and it's I can do no wrong. That's my older brother. And my younger brother, it's always, to know him, I think probably most of you guys do. I called him and I said, was I out of line? And he said, no. He says, I've seen you worse. And I coached him in wrestling, I coached him in football and that. And he says, Jerry, he says, if you're not going to fight for the kids, he says, and these were his exact words, who the hell else is? And that's what I really feel like. And I told my kids after the game, I wasn't happy with the refereeing. I really wasn't. But that isn't why we lost to Butte Central the other night. And I told my kids after, and I told my daughter in the locker room, I said, we picked a bad day to have a bad game. I've never lost a game because of a referee. And I like I said, I don't feel like I've ever lost a game because of kids. I feel it's on my shoulders. I don't ever win in a game, and I love my daughter dearly because she said after the game, they let her coach. First they were told she couldn't coach, her and Kelly Crum. It was kind of funny is Kelly said he'd come on, and I didn't know with treatment and that if I'd be able to make the practices I didn't miss the practice, and neither did she. And Kelly had some commitments where he was refereeing he missed several practices, but he was there most of the time. But getting back to it, I told the kids that. I said, we picked a bad day to have a bad game. And I walked out and I wasn't mad at anybody, and I walked out. And 2 days later, I get a call, and I wanted to know what was going on, or I wanted to know what I was getting into. And I was told I was relieved of my duties. It was like getting kicked in the teeth. And I wanted to finish out the season, and I was told I couldn't finish it out. And I thought, well, Amy should be able to, and I was told she couldn't either. And that was even worse. And and that's what I said. I don't know if this is the time and the place, and I don't know what's going on, but like I say, I am very passionate, and I'll never apologize for fighting for kids. And I really do. Tommy Gates and Alan Green over there, I want to thank him because I feel like I got 5 more years of coaching in, and it instilled me that I still love. I want to fight for kids, and I don't care if they're Butte kids or Stanford, Montana kids or Anaconda kids. Those are the places I've coached. But like I said, Sunday was a very emotional day, and in the last couple of days, I didn't know anything about this tonight. I got an email with public comment, and I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to do it. But one quick thing is with my daughter up there, and I love dearly. But she first off, and I listened to the tapes that over at the middle school, they have it recorded. And I don't know if you knew that or not, Blake, but telling them that they had no business being in the gym and coaching. I resent that, because I coached with you or against you, and I've seen you were no angel as well. Okay, and I don't mean that, I'm not trying to attack you. But when you start attacking my child saying she has no business being in the gym. All right, sorry, business. All right, I just don't appreciate that.
That was what you said.
Well, it's on
Yeah,
tape.
it was. Yeah, it was.
It's on tape. Angela, I don't know if you were at the meeting or not. But okay, but anyway, but getting back to it, I apologize. Last year, Alan Green had his hands full. And I talked to Alan about this. I basically took over the junior high program. And Alan, something came out, Mary Lou and I handled the parent meeting. Alan had meetings at the high school. I'll try to get over it. Next day, gave me the key, and he said, Jerry, I'm really sorry. And I said, I get it. That's what we're all into this together. Passed out the uniforms, picked up the uniforms. And then there was tournaments where I sat and did the tournament in administration because he went over to the Lincoln and handled the other side. But there were games this year that we played in East Callan where we played at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 2 teams at 10 o'clock. And if I didn't have an assistant coach, I don't know how I would have coached 2 sets of teams in 2 different gyms in 2 different parts of the town. And like I say, so last year, maybe they missed the boat, maybe that wasn't a requirement last year, but Andy coached with me last year, didn't miss the practice, didn't miss the game. And she's given up, she isn't with the district, she's She's a professional here in the district, or in Anaconda. She's walking away from work to give up for kids. And like I said, this year the same way. She didn't miss a practice, didn't miss, and I appreciate that. And like I say, she is a coach's daughter, and I love her dearly. And Kelly and her did a very good job. I was appreciative that they were able to finish out the season with those kids. But again, I feel like the kids, again, the kids were the ones who were cheated, and they didn't do anything wrong. And like I said, I'm not saying I'm an angel, I'm not a saint. I did get a technical on Wednesday night. And I'd like to say, you know, a technical I regret, but that's my job, is to battle for kids, and that's how I got the technical. That's how I got the technical. Was battling, quite asking. Over, I think it was over a traveling club. In fact, one of the parents thought it was, the technical was with the fans, and it was with me. So basically I feel like they're saying I've done a lot worse. But I'll never regret battling for kids, I'll never regret, like I say, this is my 35th year of coaching. And like I said, I don't have any regrets. And I appreciate the fact that Anaconda did give me 5 more years of doing that and instilled me that kids are kids, and I love to battle with kids. I battle for kids. And I appreciate the support here today. And I love Mary Lou dearly. I didn't know this happened either, but Mary Lou she was the first person I met when I came to Anaconda about 32, 33 years ago. And she's never changed, and she's a great gal. She's not afraid to kick you the if you need it, but love that gal. I appreciate your time, and like I say, thank you.